Welcome back to another video. Black pines, typical nursery stock. I've had it not quite a year. I got it last year in the spring, and I put it into this big pot just to give it a bit of vigour, let it grow on a bit. It was never gonna stay as it looks, as in the full structure. I got it cheap and I was really aware of the faults in it. I did and ah about turning it into a garden tree, but again I would have still had to have dealt with the faults. So when I say faults, we've got a lot of congestion with branches in particular areas, which has caused it to swell. Lots of whorls going on, so it's going to be really hard to get rid of that inverse and the boldness in particular areas. There's a large one here and a particularly large one here, which is well, let's zoom in. Quite a congested area here. It's gone really bulbous. When you look at the thickness of the trunk, clear it out a bit so you can see it's quite thin, then it goes really thick, and it goes thin again, and then another area. So this is never going to be a particularly easy bonsai. Let's not say it's never going to be a nice bonsai. It will if we deal with it for several years, but it won't be easy. It will be a lot of selective pruning, and it will take years to get rid of all this. So I think we're going to take an approach which will speed things up, turn it into a bonsai. It'll be a bit drastic. You know me, I like to do drastic things, but I think, you know, it was, I don't know, 15 quid from the garden centre, so it's not hundreds of pounds, and I think we can get quite good results in a much shorter time. It's going to affect obviously the style of the bonsai, what kind of style it's going to be, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think it will turn out quite nice. So yeah, let's just get amongst it. No point clearing it out, because all we're going to do is we are going to remove all this top section. I know it sounds drastic, but it is drastic. Boom, there we go, it's gone. You can probably have a good look now in there what I was on about. See that bulbous area, it's really dominant branch here, which is obviously contributed to it, and up here as well you can see it's really congested. So yeah, sorry, that's the end of that one. So what are we left with, apart from sticky fingers? Right, we might as well zoom in, let's have a look. So what we left with, we're left with a stump, but we have two branches. We have this one here to the left, which is going to be our cascading branch, and then we have one down here, just a little one. He's quite weak, but having removed all that off the top, it will benefit in two ways. It will put more energy into this, and also that eventually, if I let it grow on, would shade this out, and this would just get weaker and weaker. So it's kind of done it a favour. Right, so let's get in here just get rid of these needles off of this stump, because we're going to clean this up. Now this technique I've done a few times on video, and it's a proven technique. It does work, even though it looks quite drastic. I've got sap all over my fingers already. Right, there we go. It does look drastic, I have to admit. Right, so we're going to come in, it's going to be concave. Just shorten this one back a bit more. Shortening back to there so we can get the concave around it. Something like that. Get rid of him. I'm just going to go over the top. Get in line with the two branches. Pinch. And twist. So you score in the bark, cutting into it. We're going to remove that and we're going to carve it in a way where it heals nicely and then eventually blends in as it calluses over. Something like that. Good. Pliers. With me pliers. There they are. Just pinch it. Break it away. Now obviously when you do this technique, you need to make sure that the tree is healthy. It's got a good root system. It's very important that, because it does stress the tree. Right, and now we're just going to go in, we're just going to carve this into a point, basically. It might be a bit awkward to do on camera. We'll do our best. Got a sharp knife today. Just come up at an angle. You just want to take it in a couple of mil or a few mil in the initial base of it, because that's the bit that starts to heal. Yeah, I haven't done a video for a while and I do apologise. Well, I did one yesterday on a little, just a quick one on a little ornamental hinoki, as I call it. Yeah, I had a few family issues to deal with. So it's not that I haven't been doing bonsai, I have. But I'll be honest with you, I wasn't in the best of minds to film it. A lot of stuff to deal with, but such is life. Yeah, it's been quite nice actually. As I say, it's not that I haven't been doing bonsai. Always do it, but I've been doing it for different reasons. Doing it for my mental state, definitely. think we got a fairly good, try and take that one as much as I can, fairly good taper on it. Making a mess, love making a mess. Probably in the way again. In the way. Get out of the way. You see what I'm doing. Pretty good. Right. Just what you got to make sure is that this cut line is really neat. Really neat and exactly where you want it to heal. Don't just assume the tree will heal where you assume it's going to heal. Make sure that you actually define it. Something like that. It's quite weak, that one, but it should be alright. If not, if that one fails, we can always do something with this. It's not an issue. Right, can you see? There we go. There we go. Right, just get some putty. Roll it into a sausage. I already warmed this up earlier. It's the scrapes out the tub. Need a new tub, getting a bit low. And get it into a nice long sausage. And wrap it around. Join it up. Lick your finger, because it's this sticky stuff. And then just push it in. So yeah, again, I've said it before, so you leave this point exposed, and what that does is it naturally rots back, and at the same time it heals. So in theory they meet at some point and then it looks more natural. Go. Beautiful, beautiful. A few weeds in here. The old dandelions. Yeah. Can I get him out? The old weed turnip, as I call him. Get rid of him. So yeah, there you go. That is it. That is all you need to do. Now I'm not going to repot it. Because I want this to really kind of recover, and because I repotted it when I first got it last year into this larger container, I do know what the roots are roughly doing. I didn't go crazy with them, I just put them in a position where they wouldn't get too entangled in the pot, but we can deal with the roots later on. Pines you can get away with a bit of root pruning later. Right, it's going to get rid of all. I was really fortunate with my local garden centre. They seem to, I don't know, they must have heard me talking, because all of a sudden they started stocking really good material. Black pine, obviously, mugo, Negishi white pine, red pines. Yeah, they just kind of, they must have known. They must have known, which was which was nice. So hopefully they'll do the same this year, because it's good fun, it's good practice, and it builds up a good kind of portfolio of your own learning. When you get trees like this is how you like get to your basics, and it's nice. You can see how things progress. Right, here we go. Let's have a zoom in and we'll have a look. It should recover well. So this one here is really quite spindly and weak, but now it's got more light in it, and the energy's gonna, it's obviously the energy's been drawn up by this one a lot more, but it will supplement this one. So they should thicken up nicely. This one's a nice cascading branch. It's got a division down here already. Once all these needles are cleaned off, but I'll do that later on. I'm going to leave them on. Need as much energy going back into it. He's got 3 on the end here, but again I'm going to leave it for a minute. I'm not going to take anything else off. That's it. Might cut the pot away a little bit, but I think because the final kind of position will be something like that, obviously with the smaller one being the apex, so that's the kind of thunking behind it. Yeah, so there we go. I may repot it in the spring. I'll see how it is, but I'm probably more inclined to leave it in this pot for another year or so. Continue shaping it. We'll get some wire on it in the spring, and we'll start getting rid of some of these needles as these buds flourish. It'll give more energy on the ends, but at the minute I'm going to leave it. So there we go. One little black pine. Well, yeah, you can see what we took off. It's a shame, isn't it, really? Sacrilege. But as I say, I mean, you're up against it straight away with all this bulbous area. It would have been just very time consuming, and you would never have got the result that you wanted. Unfortunately, that's just the nature of nursery stock. So there we go. Right, thank you very much guys for watching, and yeah, I'll do more videos. So I'm in a better place in my mind, and a lot to deal with, but yeah, slowly getting through it. So yeah, look forward to the next video. You look after yourselves.